It's my light and I know it. It's so bright and showing. And when you switched up on me, it exposed your shadows. Had no clue what you're gonna do with all those. It's my light.
Hi, my blossoms. Welcome back to my channel. Just a messenger 828. Authentically me, authentically you. We forever bloom. I've been away for a little bit. I have. Y'all don't be nosy, okay? Just know that time away was needed. That time away was cherished. Remember to pour into yourself. Remember to take breaks. Remember to do what makes you happy. Be around who makes you happy. The company you keep is very significant. Very significant. The energy that others hold around you and in your space is very significant. Last few days I had a lot of dreams, but one of my dreams that I was told to share, and really the feeling that I got from the dream was someone, there could have been someone in your family, someone in the friend group, someone very dear to you that passed, okay? And there are some people, family, friends, significant others, or that were close to this family member, friend, or significant other that passed, that are sinking further and further into guilt in regards to this person passing. Okay, this person could have passed. And you know, it take it how it resonates. Could have been a multitude of ways, but I'm getting that whatever way this person passed, even if it was from something natural, even if it was from something tragic like an accident, or even if it was from, an illness. Whoever is sinking further and further into their guilt behind this person passing, they know the real reason why they passed. And it's eating them up. It is eating them up inside. It's eating them up. They can't do it. Oh, they can't do it. I feel like someone is feeling like, I can't go on like this. You know, people are sinking deeper and deeper into, I want to say, depression. Even though they might seem like they're not. They might make it seem like they're not. They might even, denial. They may be in denial of the fact that they have depression. This person has depression. Because that guilt is consuming them. Whatever it is that they did, or whatever they were doing, that ultimately caused this person to transition. This person's spirit is attached to them, and not really for good reasons. They're attached to them to ensue, or just to watch the show that's about to go down. But you put on quite a show, really had me going. Now it's time to go. Curtains finally closing. That was quite a show, very entertaining, but it's over now. They're getting ready to take their bow, the final curtain call, the final nail in the casket. Which I said in my last reading on here that I was going to do a reading, the final nail in the casket. Well, here it is. That final nail in the casket is someone's grief, which has fermented into depression because of the fact that they know that they were a part of someone's transition. They know that they were a part of someone's transition. Now, I do want to just thank you guys for all the shares, all the likes, all the views. I'm going to welcome it in. I'm going to manifest all the shares, all the likes, all the views. I'm going to manifest that everyone has a great day. When you hear this and when you watch this, you will have clarity, wisdom, insight, and guidance. Okay? And if you would like a personal reading, I am available for them. My email is in the description box below. I also do have a way that you can donate via, I believe my PayPal is on there, Cashapp, and Venmo. If you guys would like to donate, I am with child, so there is a new being that is going to be birthed through me. If you guys would like to donate, please feel free to send whatever you would like as a donation to the following in the description box: Cash App, Venmo, and our PayPal. I do have an Amazon wish list link there. That will probably be disappearing from the description box, just because Amazon did pretty much say that they're going to be exposing your address. Even if you put it as like a gift link, your address will be exposed. So if you do have like your own personal Amazon wish list and people can purchase from it, just know that those people that purchase from it can now see your address. Okay, cool. So if you didn't know that, now you know, and I need to update that myself. But yes, a new bundle of joy is on the way. So if you would like to, once again, feel free to donate. If you don't have it, that's fine. If you do have it, you're more than welcome. But energetically, please exchange with this video. If any of this at any point resonates, please like, share, subscribe. Help this channel grow. Ashe? Amen. So it is. So, Most High God, what does the collective need to know about this person and or family member or friend or lover that is feeling guilty about a family member, friend, and or lover's passing? What does this have to do with the collective? Now, I did have a card come out. Okay, it's the Four of Swords in reverse. This says awakening. Okay, wave. So once again, that's like a wave of awakenings. That's that massive awakening that is happening currently right now. We just had Epstein files exposure within the last month or so, and there's justice being called for. Yeah, so in that sense, these people and our persons that is having this sense of grief to the point of depression, they might be intertwined in that some way, shape, or form. This could be something that is coming to the light, that is being awakened for us to see. Okay, refreshed, having a refreshed sense of sight, a refreshed sense of sight. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. Or in some cases, the fog, right? Intuitively, I'm feeling spell work. You know, people doing whatever they can to kind of illusion, you don't see this at all, you know. Trying to make it seem like smoke and mirrors, like it's not what it seems. No, but collectively we all can see clearly now that the rain, the fog, the snow is gone. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. So what does collective need to know? Most High God, and their higher selves. What does the collective need to know in regards to these people that have some dealings with unaliving a close family member, friend, and or Lord lover? We have the devil coming out with obsession. Okay, something to do with immunizations, and vaccinations, and someone's selfish disregard. So someone could have been selfishly obsessed with trying to unalive someone, trying to pretty much get what they desired. They did it by any means necessary. Didn't care who they hurt. Not at that time, but now that grief is setting in hard. Okay, so there could be some arguments going on. I'm not gonna take these, but we got the 5 of Wands and the 6 of Swords. So there can be some arguments going on. People trying to time to break free. Someone trying to get away and depart from these people that are arguing. Like, there's a lot of turmoil going on. Okay, but I'm not taking that. I feel like that's what's happening behind the scenes. Like, you know, when you turn on that light in the kitchen, if you grew up in the hood, or you got family members that grew up in the hood and you went over your cousin's house, or, you know, somewhere down the line, especially melanated folks, or if you grew up with a melanated best friend, or, you know what I mean, you were part of the group, part of the family, there's always one person's house that got some roaches. Okay, roaches are inevitable just because they are creatures here on God's green earth. And not everybody has the same cleaning habits, okay? But what do roaches do when that light comes on? They instantly, unless they are so used to you letting them live, you know what I'm saying? You just let them breathe and go as they please, and they pay rent in that motherfucker just like you. And they your roommates at that point. But most cases, you turn on that light and them roaches disperse. They just... That is what these people are trying to do. They're trying to disperse from said situation. Or they even want to just run away from where this took place at. Whether it's, you know, whether it was a tragic accident, whether it was natural causes, whether it was an illness that transitioned this person out. I hear sirens in the background. Yup, there's some sirens going on. So confirmation, it could have been an accident. Okay. All of the above that I stated could be true. Take it how it resonates for your situation, or the loved one, family, or friend that transitioned. Either way, they know what they did in the situation, and that grief is getting at them. Now, the grief is eating away at them because whatever protection they had is gone. Because the dealings and the interwebbings of what they were doing for their selfish disregard, meaning they disregarded God's warning. You got the devil here. They were like, devil's like, I can help you get it. Like, you just don't listen when they say stop. Just keep going. Horses don't stop. They keep going. And they keep going and going. Like, that's a hustle. I know that song was like, motivation for you to hustle and get, what I'm saying, the power through your day, get your stuff done. But these people were hustling in some deep doo-doo. This is some deep doo-doo. They were shoveling through some deep doo-doo. And they did not stop when they were told to stop. Because they listened to their selfish disregard. They listened to this selfish disregard and kept going when they were told to stop. And one thing about this one right here, he is technically our brother. He is technically our brother. Or the brother of the angels. He is one of them. So, people forget. Oh, I'm gonna listen to, because he gonna help me get to the bag. I need money. I want a Birkin. I want a Lamborghini. I want a mansion. I want a yacht. I wanna own a helicopter. I wanna buy the Lakers. I wanna and it keeps going and going and going. But that's that selfish disregard. It don't stop. It keeps going. You become a bottomless pit. At what lengths will you go to get what it is that you want? How much do you want? What do you want? I want everything. Well, that's when he come in the business too. Well, I can arrange that for you. You just gotta do this and do that and do this and do that, and you do all of this and you do that and you do as he say, and you keep going and you don't stop. You keep going to the point where your grief, your shame of what it is that you have done eats at you, because whatever protection that was allotted to you beforehand, you didn't listen to that. You didn't stop. You kept going. Collective, this is not you. These are the ones that are the roaches scattering from the light, scattering from the exposure, scattering from their shame being put on blast. But it's gotta be. You did all that in the dark. You got set up. You got set up. And he the main one that did it. Your selfish disregard is what allowed him, Powerpuff Girls, if you know him, is what allowed him to set you up. Now, jumping back to Powerpuff Girls. Now, if you watch Powerpuff Girls and you know him, the red character, right? He wore heels and he had a very feminine voice, but clearly his name was him. I feel like someone was interested in a cross-dresser or a transvestite. That could be some of the things that's being exposed. Or someone was interested in other men. So a man interested in other men. That could be something that's being exposed. Someone also could have lied and said that someone was interested in men, but really they're the one that's interested in men. That can be being exposed. Like, it's going to be a lot of things that's being exposed when people have selfish disregard in their actions. Okay? See how it resonates to be female on female, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is not to point fingers at the LGBTQ plus community. This, oh my God, this can also be people trying to add on that extra letter to the LGBTQ plus community. They're trying to add another letter onto it, and adding that other letter onto it, it's their selfish disregard. Because they're obsessed, creepily obsessed with children. These are perverted creeps that have a perversion to children. I don't know if you heard that horn, it double honked. This selfish disregard, because it's so selfish, because when you add that on to the LGBTQ plus, you're going to take away what it is that they really stood for. And it's really their rights to love who they love. And it was more in regards to gender. Not age. You know what I'm saying? It was more in regards to gender, not age. Trying to make sense of the fact that you love someone younger than the age of 18. That's kind of sick. That's perverted. You know? I know. Age gaps are something that is really debatable right now. But if you looked at them Epstein files and you seen how young them grown businessmen were looking to engage with, you would think, well, geez, no child is safe. Because it wasn't just little girls. They were doing this to little boys, too. That means no child is safe. So it makes you question, well, how many people are actually into this on the low that work in public libraries, schools, doctors' offices, parks and recreation. They're around the kids, too. Amusement parks. It makes you question, and honestly, every parent has a right to know. I feel like if they do go ahead, I don't think God gonna allow it. I don't think God's gonna allow it. But if some way, shape, or form, this and the selfish disregard crew get what they want, they are going to openly have to expose their like for that. And honestly, they should be put on a list. You still should be put on a predatory list. I think you should still be called a predator at that point. Be proud about it if that's what it is that you are. Be proud about it that you like that age gap shit. Put yourself on that predatory list. If you're walking around here and you're dating someone and you're not on that predatory list, that is going to get you 50 years, bro. Straight up, 50 years. We're not playing with it. There's no leniency with that. 50 years, because you should have reported that's what you like. Honestly, I think they're not going to do it because to police that is going to be too much. It's going to be too much. Like, we understand, and I'm a straight female. I've had my bi exploitation, right? I've explored the bi realm, but I've never dated a female. I don't think I'm built to date a female. But I've explored, I've been curious. To go from making it love who you love to, oh yeah, love who you love, but you know, I love people that's younger. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much. Kids are just off limits in my eyes. Kids are just off limits in my eyes. Like that's a no-no. And to those that think that kids aren't off limits, I think it speaks in a testament to where are your morals? Are you mentally and spiritually sane enough to even be in a relationship with anybody? Hello? Do you love the fact that you can control them? Like, double back. I'm gonna repost this on my post here on this channel. I did an analysis of some pedophiles because the way that the mindset, like, I feel like these people really do have a mental illness to a certain degree. And there's nothing wrong with mental illnesses, you know what I'm saying? You can get that worked out, but when it starts to hit, when it starts to become a threat physically and mentally and emotionally to others, especially children, that's a problem. Everything in this world is already damaging mentally, emotionally, and spiritually already. They were gonna add this, so we pretty much want to make it colonial times where they can just pillage whatever they want. Okay, I'm not gonna harp on that for too long, but something plays a part in that. These people have a selfish disregard for that. These people might even be into that. They might be into younger energies. They might even be trying to hide the fact that they're into younger energies with this energy of being in their selfish disregard. But we're being woken up to all of this. So this doesn't even have to be just in your neck of the woods, y'all. This can be on the celebrity realm too. And guess what? If you're a celebrity, no amount of money in the world is going to stop God's hand from getting that ass. And you can take it how you want to. Oh God. If you take what I said out of context, it can be smashable. But you know what? You can take it how you want to. Nothing's gonna stop God from getting that ass. Meaning, hey, all of that you did to somebody else's children or child, or you're going to experience that in prison. You're gonna experience that wherever you end up, okay? Because I don't know ultimately where you're gonna end up, but God knows. And He'll see too that you get your just desserts. Honestly, that's what this is. People are about to start getting their just desserts, whether it's their secrets coming to the light. Yeah, this is big picture thinking right here. This is, this is shamanic energy. This is energy being transmuted. All that was done in the dark is coming to the light. That's the transformation of the energy. The sun rising after the moon and then the moon rising after the sun is literally just energy being transferred day and night. Yeah, this night the lonely learner seems to free his mind at night. Seems to free his mind at night. At night. So people trying to do things in the disguise of the night, trying to cloak themselves in the darkness. But what's done in the dark comes to light. A respected position. The big picture is the truth is going to come out about the selfish disregards of some of these people that are in a respected position, and realizing, the world realizing that they do not deserve that position because of the things that they do in the dark. So boom. Big picture thinking, this can be political, down to celebrity, down to you know what I'm saying, down to, you know, in your neck of the neighborhood, down to your own parental units, down to family members and friends, down to lovers, down to even your children. People might even find out some people might even find out their children are into this shit. Okay? Once I got what does collective need to know from their higher self in regards to the energy of those who have literally seen someone transition, and now guilt is eating at them. They can't stomach deciding themselves. They can't even stand to look in the mirror. We have abandonment with the Eight of Cups. Abandonment. Crossroads. Choosing happiness over everything. These people, they could have been doing things at the crossroads, okay? Trying to get their wishes desired at the crossroads, okay? Meanwhile, collective, I feel like you're in that choosing happiness over everything energy in a positive way. They were choosing their own selfish disregard over everything, which is why they are in this devil energy, or we're in. Because they were just stuck in what's going to make me happy. They weren't choosing their happiness over everything. They were choosing what's going to make me happy. The frivolous things. Emperor energy. Discipline. Affiliation. Structure. So, I'm feeling right now that this bottom row, right, is more so the collective's energy after the awakening, abandoning things that would make you be in a selfish disregard state, more so choosing happiness over everything, and stepping into your own structure, how you want to live. Being disciplined enough to wear your crown upright and listen to God and listen to your ancestors and listen to your spirit guides when they say stop. Hello? And knowing that listening to God will bring you what you need, will bring you the financial stability. You'll be in a trillionaire status listening to God more than being in this selfish disregard listening to him. The emperor knows if they listen to him, they'll end up punking themselves out of their freedom. What is the higher self? What does the collective higher self need to let them know in regards to this? We got the Strength card with inner power, Pluto, taking big steps. Yeah. Collective, you're knowing that you're strong enough to go against the devil. That your no to the devil opens a million yeses from the Most High. One no to the devil opens a million yeses to the Most High. You have the strength to tell the devil no. And it takes a big step to move forward into that big picture thinking, with the King of Wands being right underneath the Strength card. It's giving a Leo energy, or you being in like Lion King energy, your pride, not pride in the sense of boastful, but pride in the sense of knowing who you are in God. In God. Being prideful that I got God on my side. With God and anime on my side, no one can defeat me. That pride. Pride rock. Being proud of the foundation that you have on and what is it? Your foundation in God is a solid rock that you stand on. Everything else is sinking sand. You are standing proudly on that rock. Yeah, while everything else is sinking sand. This is sinking sand. Quicksand. They're gonna fall real quick. Real quick. Real quick. Things are about to shift quickly. With this at the bottom of the deck, I just looked and saw with the sun and the truth at the bottom of the deck come together, radiantly shining that truth out. What's done in the dark is coming to the light, and this was like this slid down towards me, and I'm literally seeing big fucking mistake. These people are realizing they made a big fucking mistake. So collective, while you were resting and recovering from whatever this is, it's probably some attacks that were being sent your way. Yeah, probably some attacks that were being sent your way from these Dementor energies. All right, trying to suck you dry. You received the information you need. You got clarity. And it was nothing but the truth that came in. Nothing but the truth. Whether it was from another person or not, whether it was from your dreams or whether it was from God himself, he gave you the truth of the situation. He or she, right? They gave you the truth of the situation, and it is what it is. It is what it is. I feel like this is like automatic, okay? So if you play like the multiplier games where like you can set it on auto and the game plays out for you, but like it has a certain, it's like your bet or your times the amount that you win is set to a certain amount. Them numbers stack up so fast when you set it up higher, right? So when you bet higher, big picture thinking, when you bet higher, you get a bigger reward. So, you know, people didn't bet on doo-doo. Some people did. People with a selfish disregard only bet on the doo-doo. But people that stood in their emperor energy and people that stood on that solid rock, everything else is sinking sand, quicksand. Those that stood on that faith, on that foundation of God, you're hitting the ultimate multipliers. You're getting like times 300 on 3 million. You know what I'm saying? Times 300. So this reminds me, and I said this in a lot of my readings about like 2-3 years ago, where I set up a war where, you can do all you want. You can attack me and da 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 da. You're energetically being charged $888 octillion times whatever amount I said. That multiplier. Trillionaire energy is sitting here with the emperor. Yeah, someone is about to start seeing that big buck, that transmutation that you set up spiritually, that spiritual booby trap that you set up with the spiritual court. It's not only been activated, right? But you're actively about to be receiving payouts from it, collective. If you did do that, if you did do something like that, if you did, and you might not even remember if you did or not, but you probably did somewhere along the lines, because you probably got tired of the BS. Yeah, it's coming. What does the collective need to know, Most High God? What does the collective need to know about these individuals that are perverted, selfish, guilt-ridden, depressed, non-protected individuals? They forfeited their protection. They forfeited their light. They forfeited their gold. The state of New Hampshire could be significant. Okay. What else does the collective need to know? Twin Tower satanic ceremony to bind and transfer power. So pretty much these people were involved in binding and transfer of power. Okay, this can even be not just energetically, but in the physical realm too. They do binding and transfer of power over documentation. Okay, documentations that have been forged or signed or doctored or fabricated to their selfish disregard and agenda, illegally or legally. Okay, and when you do that charge spiritually, I hope you do point that out to every single documentation that is on you and or your children in regards to that. You'll see it. It's gonna take a while, especially if that document holds a lot of weight. It holds a lot of money. It has a lot attached to it. It has some assets attached to it. But you'll see it. Just like this. Came out. Boom. Fell straight out. It says elites are professionists using dark magic or sorcery. So this is exposing those, once again, as high as the elites, but it's trickling down to your neck of the woods, y'all, to family, friends, lovers, parents. Okay? So these can be people that are in certain organizations, brotherhoods, sisterhoods with these people, or that take orders, chain of command from these people. It's almost over now. Things are about to shift quickly. A big shift is coming. A big shift is coming. That transfer of power is very significant. Something about North Dakota. Okay, so location. New Hampshire and North Dakota is significant. Golden Palladian Goddess is coming out under the Twin Towers satanic ceremony to bind and transfer power. So this is energy siphoning. Golden Palladian Goddess energy, golden energy. They want some of that good. They want some of that good. They want some of that good. Elites are professionists using dark magic and sorcery. Alaska could be significant. That could be one of the places where they're doing it. Specifically, oh God. So specifically, they do a lot of it there because that is these are all colder climates too. I want y'all to realize that. New Hampshire, North Dakota, and Alaska, colder climates. So they do it in the colder climates. These could be, it could be because of, one, it probably works better in the cold, or two, their bio or chemical makeup only allows them to be in cold climate. Three, whatever they're doing, and they do it there because the sun's not as prominent, and specifically when it is snowing in those areas. So they do it under the cover. And I said snow, didn't I? Rain, fog, or snow. Okay. Fairy godparents is here. Fairy godparents. So you have literally godparents that, one, here on this earthly plane, that was making sure that you were good and well off financially, right? Documents, assets, things like that. Two, in spiritual realm, that are going to bat to make sure that you are protected. Three, the whole spiritual realm is your fairy godparents. And Cinderella, the fairy godparent, made sure that she was able to go to that ball. Made sure that she was able to show up and look presentable. Made sure that impossible that the impossible happening every day, that the impossible were to be possible. Yes, they pushed it through. They sent it. They sent it for you. South Carolina could be significant at the bottom of the day. These could be locations, once again, that, you know, things are happening every day. Impossible. We're gonna end it with with one more deck. I can't remember what deck this is. I'm gonna be honest with you. Possible things are happening. Yeah. Put it back. If you can't put it back, you shouldn't have took it out. This is what God could be saying to these individuals, because this is kind of like giving destiny swapping. But they did something and they messed something up, and instead of putting it back, like God said, they now they're trying to put it back, and God's like, you can't put it back. You shouldn't have messed with it. Now you gotta deal with the consequences. 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 This is also kind of giving return to slap. King Ramses. Did y'all see that they pretty much took all of the stuff out of King Ramses' tomb and put it in a museum, like literally down the road from the Great Pyramids? Like, you couldn't just keep that in his burial place? Like, they literally made it like a whole museum down the street from the pyramids. I'm just saying, like, I would be mad too. So you just gonna move that stuff out my crib? And then you're not gonna let the whole world see it like y'all used to. Y'all just gonna have it down the street from my crib like that? That's kind of disrespectful. Look at curse showing up right there. I'm splitting the deck talking about that. A curse, hate, catastrophe, misfortune. These people don't curse themselves. They don't curse themselves. Because just how you going after King Ramses' things, his trinkets, the things that were sacred to his burial place, God sees us as sacred beings. Your godparents, fairy godparents, whatever, you know what I'm saying? They see you as a sacred being. Do not touch my anointed. Do my prophet no harm. Do not touch my daughter in spirit. Do not touch my son in spirit. And these people did that. They did that. And because they did that, now they're cursed. Impossible things are happening every day. These people might have things happening to them and be like, that's impossible. Nothing is impossible when it comes to God. Nothing is impossible. Don't put no limitation on my Lord. Robbery came out. Yeah, taking things that's not theirs. What's coming to light is a robbery happened. What's coming to light is there are thieves. There are thieves. Exploitation. Unfairness. What is this one? I don't know the middle word. I can't see it very well. But unfairness. It was unfair what was being done behind people's back. Stealing behind people's back. in the shroud of darkness. Now they want to come and compromise. Now they want to come and compromise because that guilt of what they did is eating their ass like Pac-Man. Wonka 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 wonka. Somebody might hear something on repeat. Someone literally might be driven insane because they're hearing something on repeat. It could be somebody's last words or the last conversation or something like that. They're hearing something on repeat and it's driving them mad. Like that, King Ramses, the man calls that song. It's looping like that. And they were like, encouraged the cowardly dog. They were like, turn off the song, King Ramses. That has been coming up for years. Return the slap. They gotta return it back. They gotta give it back. If they don't give it back, the curse remains. Someone literally is gonna be driven mad if they hold on to this. Their selfish disregard is literally about to send them to their possible grave early. Their last nail in the coffin. The last nail in the coffin. Now they're trying to compromise. They want to make an agreement. They want to reconcile. They want you to consider what they're offering. If you offering nothing but what he offered you, that same doo-doo water, I don't want it. That's what Collective's saying. I don't want it. I want what was rightfully owed to me, and now compensation. And now compensation. You're lucky I don't sue you. Oh. I know I'ma sue you. I know you hate to see a countersuit coming. Collective, y'all are being funny with it too. Yeah, y'all sleeping lovely at night because you knew that God got you. You know that you are protected. You know that your fairy godparents got you. You know that your ancestors got you. You know that the divine rock with you, so you sleep good at night. These people are having trouble sleeping at night. Satisfaction, comfortable, lazy day. You may sleep so good, you're able to sleep all day long. All day. You're able to sleep all day. Sleeping so good, some good rest. Some good shut eye. These people might even be jealous of the fact that you can sleep. Like, it's going to be that diabolical of how selfish that they get. They get envious of you being able to rest. But there's no rest for the wicked. There's no rest for the wicked. These people have done wicked things. So there's no rest for them. Bottom of the deck, fate. It's fated to happen this way. They can't run from this. They were told, stop. They were told, put it back. They were told, and they didn't listen. So fate has sealed that this is what's going to happen. Coincidence, fortune telling, it is what it is. It is what it is. That's what fate is saying. And ultimately, the truth will come to light. Collective, I'm gonna end that there. Because speaking of the shit or the boo-boo, the doo-doo water, my child has to go to the toilet. So until next time, I love you guys. Remember, collective, you are protected. You're good. Thank the Most High God. Thank him in advance. Praise him in advance. Praise him every day, every time you get a chance. Thank the universe. Thank the Lord. Whatever it is, thank him. Because you said no to the doo-doo water, you gonna get 1 trillion yeses. Okay? All right. Once again, if you would like a personal reading, all that information is in the description box below. If you would like to donate, you can find all donation platforms there as well. I love you guys. Peace.